Blake Lively is back in the headlines, but not for a new movie or red carpet appearance. This time it's something far more serious. Whispers have erupted across Hollywood legal circles and the entertainment press as rumors swirl that Blake Lively may have taken private and secretive legal action against certain media outlets and independent content creators. And now, in a twist that no one saw coming, those very private moves have reportedly been leaked. The result: a storm of backlash, confusion, and a whole lot of public scrutiny. While the world has always seen Blake as the composed, witty, and charming star of Gossip Girl, and countless rom-coms, recent events have started to unravel a side of her that fans weren't expecting behind the scenes. It seems Blake may have been navigating some difficult legal terrain, perhaps involving subpoenas, gag orders, or formal complaints aimed at controlling the narrative around her name. And as parts of these alleged legal efforts quietly made their way into public knowledge, the reaction has been immediate and intense. But what's really going on here? Why would someone as celebrated and respected as Blake Lively want to keep certain stories out of the public eye? And more importantly, how did these supposed private actions end up exposed for the world to see? In this video, we're diving deep into the story that has Hollywood buzzing. What really happened behind the curtains? Who leaked the details? And how Blake Lively is reportedly responding now that her carefully planned strategy might have blown up in public. According to multiple sources close to the entertainment industry, Blake Lively may have quietly filed legal requests targeting individuals or organizations spreading what she considered harmful or misleading content. These actions weren't publicized at the time, leading many to believe she wanted to resolve things away from public drama. The exact nature of the legal documents, whether they were cease and desist letters, subpoenas, or other forms of legal intervention, remains unclear, but insiders suggest that she was trying to gain control over certain narratives that could damage her family image or reputation. Some insiders speculate that this move could have been triggered by online content creators who dug into personal aspects of her life or misrepresented her in a way she found unacceptable. Others believe it was related to a specific incident involving the use of AI paparazzi photos or unverified rumors that gained traction across social platforms. Blake has long been an advocate for privacy, especially when it comes to her children and her family with Ryan Reynolds. She's spoken publicly about the dangers of media overreach and the impact it has on mental health. So if she did take legal steps, it wouldn't be out of character, but the confidential nature of the alleged filings and the extent to which she may have gone to keep them under wraps have raised eyebrows. Now that those efforts are leaking, the question becomes, did someone within the legal process break confidentiality, or did a journalist uncover what was meant to be buried in court documents? Either way, the narrative is shifting and Blake is reportedly not pleased. So how did this all come to light? According to recent reports from independent sources and entertainment journalists, the leak may have originated from a paralegal or anonymous insider who had limited access to court filings or communications between Blake's legal team and opposing parties. While there's no confirmed name or publication that directly shared the first leaked details, speculation points to a quiet trickle of information that eventually made its way into broader public awareness. Some content creators on platforms like YouTube and Reddit claim they received tips about a well-known actress allegedly initiating quiet legal action. They didn't name Blake at first, but the details were specific enough for fans to connect the dots. Then came a post on a legal gossip forum that included partial information reportedly extracted from court scheduling logs and related documents mentioning Blake by name. What's especially interesting is that Blake's team hasn't publicly confirmed or denied these allegations. Instead, their silence is being interpreted by some as a strategic decision. After all, denying something too strongly could give it more oxygen, while staying quiet might make the story fade. Unless, of course, the leak grows larger and becomes impossible to ignore. Now fans and media outlets are watching closely. Who leaked this information? Will Blake take further action, not just against the original targets, but also against whoever exposed her private legal maneuvers? The next steps could define the tone of her relationship with the press for years to come. Public reaction to the alleged leaks has been deeply divided. Some fans are defending Blake, saying she has every right to protect her image, and especially her family's privacy. They point to her history of calling out tabloid culture and raising awareness about responsible journalism. To them, these alleged legal moves were a justified attempt to hold the media accountable. However, others are more skeptical. Critics argue that trying to silence the press or content creators, even if done legally, can appear as controlling or suppressive, especially when it involves public figures who benefit from constant media exposure. In their view, celebrities can't pick and choose when to be in the public eye. Still, this situation is far from black and white. Some creators targeted by these alleged actions are relatively small, raising questions about whether they were truly damaging or simply offering opinions. If these individuals were served with legal documents or threatened with litigation, it opens up a broader conversation about freedom of expression, online speech, and the power imbalance between A-list celebrities and independent voices online. Meanwhile, legal experts are chiming in too. Several have commented anonymously, stating that celebrities are increasingly turning to legal means to manage their public image in the age of digital content. While these actions are not inherently wrong, the way they are carried out, and more importantly, whether they are made public, can shape public perception in ways no lawsuit ever intended. As for Blake, sources say she is extremely upset about the leak and is considering options to address it swiftly. Whether that means further legal action or a public statement remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: this story is far from over. Now that the veil of secrecy has reportedly been lifted, all eyes are on Blake Lively's next move. Will she address the issue directly through a publicist or legal representative? Or will she let the story burn out and return to her regular life in the spotlight? Some industry insiders suggest she may use a carefully worded interview or social media post to reframe the situation. Blake has done this before, turning a potentially harmful narrative into a moment of reflection and boundary setting. Others speculate she may pursue an internal investigation to find out how the leak happened and who is responsible. There's also the possibility of damage control through Hollywood connections. Blake has powerful allies and an experienced PR team. If she wants to shift the focus back to her career or upcoming projects, she absolutely can. A red carpet appearance, a charity initiative, or a new film announcement could help soften the impact of this ongoing buzz. But this incident is also a cautionary tale for other celebrities. In today's hyper-connected world, even private legal strategies can quickly become part of the public discourse. The balance between privacy and accountability is more delicate than ever, and as this story shows, one leak can change everything. For now, fans will be watching Blake closely, waiting to see if she reclaims the narrative, goes quiet, or doubles down on protecting her image at all costs. Regardless of what happens next, one thing is certain: the public has already seen behind the curtain. And this story isn't just about legal filings anymore, it's about power, privacy, and the new rules of celebrity life in the digital age. As the dust begins to settle around the swirling controversy, one thing is certain: Blake Lively has found herself at the center of a storm she never expected to become public. What started as a reported attempt to protect her personal life and public image through private legal channels has now evolved into a widespread conversation about celebrity privacy, media ethics, and digital accountability. The very confidentiality she may have been trying to uphold now feels shattered by the very thing she was attempting to control: public exposure. This situation speaks volumes about the changing dynamics in today's entertainment landscape. In the age of social media, viral content, and decentralized storytelling through platforms like YouTube, Reddit, TikTok, and independent blogs, it's no longer just legacy media that influences public perception. Today, even a single content creator or anonymous post can generate millions of impressions and potentially draw the attention of powerful individuals or their legal teams. This blurs the line between free expression and defamation, opinion and influence, and personal defense versus public suppression. For Blake Lively, this leak, if accurate, undoubtedly presents a complex dilemma. On one hand, her actions may have been motivated by a legitimate need to protect her children, her reputation, and her mental well-being in the face of harmful or invasive commentary. On the other, the secrecy of those alleged legal maneuvers and the backlash following their exposure has raised concerns about whether the rich and famous should have more tools than others to control public discourse, particularly when it involves public platforms and speech rights. What makes this story even more intriguing is how it reveals a broader, often hidden part of Hollywood. Celebrities are not just passive participants in media. They are active players in shaping narratives, guiding coverage, and managing the consequences of fame. And when those efforts become public, intentionally or otherwise, the entire equation changes. The audience is no longer just a spectator, it becomes part of the conversation, the scrutiny, and sometimes the resistance. It remains to be seen how Blake will respond. Will she offer clarity or keep silent? Will she escalate her legal efforts or retreat from the spotlight until the controversy dies down? Whatever course she takes, this moment has added a new layer to her public persona, one of control, vulnerability, and unexpected exposure. Her fanbase, already loyal and protective, may rally to her defense. Critics may continue to raise important questions about the balance of power and fairness in legal battles involving public figures. and creators and commentators will likely continue walking the tightrope between opinion critique and potential legal pushback. In the end, this controversy is about more than Blake Lively. It's about how celebrities manage their reputations in an open-source, always-on media-driven world, and what happens when those efforts no longer remain behind closed doors. Whether this moment fades quietly or sets a new precedent for how stars navigate the digital age, one thing is clear: the boundaries between privacy and publicity have never been more fragile. And Blake Lively may have just shown the world how high the stakes really are.